The table gives information about students staying after school to play sport. Draw an accurate pie chart to show this information. So we've got how many play netball, hockey, rugby and football. The first thing I'm going to do is figure out how many students are involved altogether. So let's just do a little column method. 15, 10, 26 and 9. So 5 add 6 is 11, add 9 is 20. 1 add 1, 2, 4, 6. So there's 60 altogether here. Okay, so now I'm going to start using fractions. So netball, there's 15 people out of 60 that play netball. Now at the moment that's out of 60. Now I know that in a pie chart it's a circle. In a full circle, or around a single point, there's 360 degrees. So I actually need this to become 360 on the denominator. So I need to think, well, what am I timesing by here? And I need to do the same on the top to make these equivalent fractions. So I'm timesing by 6 on the bottom. And if you needed to figure that out, you could do 360 divided by 60. Timesing by 6 on the bottom. And I need to times by 6 on the top. 15 times 6, I can do a little grid if I need to. 10 times 6 is 60, 5 times 6 is 30, so altogether that's 90. So I'm just going to add a little column here that says how many degrees we're going to be using. Okay, so it's 90 for netball. Okay, next was hockey, and that's 10 out of 60. And again, I need to be getting to 360. What am I timesing by? Well, I'm timesing by 6. Remember, 6 times 6 is 36, so that's the easy way to figure it out. I'm timesing by 6 on the top. 10 times 6 is 60. So that means that hockey is going to be 60 degrees. Now let's have a look at rugby, which was 26. So that was 26 out of 60. I need it to be out of 360. Again, I'm timesing by 6 to get from 60 to 360. So 26 times 6. Little grid method. 20 times 6 is going to be 120. 6 times 6 is 36. Altogether that's going to be 156. And then we've got the last one, which is football, and it's 9. So it's 9 out of 60. I need to get to 360, so I'm timesing by 6 here. I need to times by 6 on the top. 9 times 6 is 54. Okay, so I've figured out my degrees now. So I now need to get my protractor. Okay, so I've got my protractor here, and the first one that we're going to do is the 90 degrees for netball. Now, a lot of people insist on holding their protractor horizontal like this. They end up putting it there and getting it completely wrong. Your protractor can move, okay? So make sure you're moving it. Move the paper if you're not sure how to move the protractor. Now then, how to read the protractor. This little tiny bit here that's in the middle, that little cursor, that needs to go on the centre of your circle. And the 0 line needs to match up with this line here. Okay, there is a 0 line over here. We're not going to be using that one at the moment, and I'll show you why in a minute. So match it up. And there we go. Okay. So the reason that we're using this 0 line at the moment is because it's the one that's matched up to this line. So I need to be measuring from here. This 0 over here is not matched up to any line. I'm not interested in this 0. So I'm interested in this 0, and we're going to go for 90 degrees. So just get your finger and walk around from that 0, counting up. If you end up getting to 160, you've gone to the wrong number. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And all I'm going to do is put a little dash where 90 is. Okay, and then I'm going to move the protractor out the way, and then I'm going to get a line, or you're going to get a ruler, and we're going to join the centre up through that dash. So it'll be a lot easier for you to draw it on a piece of paper with an actual protractor than me drawing it on a computer. So we've got our 90 degrees, and it should be a nice box, a nice right angle, and you want to label it with netball. So I'm just going to put N for netball. Okay, next. So we're going to do the 60 degrees for hockey. Now again, what a lot of people do is they go back to the original line, they go to 60, they put a dash. That's wrong because you're going to be overlapping. So now you need to go to the line that you've just drawn, and you need to be matching it up. There you go, about there. And again, you're going from 0 and you're going round to 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Put a little dash about there. And you will get a bit of leeway in your exam, just in case you're not very accurate, but you need to try and be as accurate as possible. Okay, so I just need to join up my dash to the centre, about there, and label it. So this was hockey, and label it. With 60 degrees. Okay, next one then. So we're now doing rugby, which was 156. So I'm getting my protractor, I'm lining it up to my new line, about there, and then I'm going around from 0 again, and we're going to go up to 156. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 130, 140, 156, which is about here. Okay, and again move the protractor out of the way. And draw the line on. And then label it. So we've got rugby, and this was 156 degrees. So if we've done everything correctly, then this last one should be 54 degrees. So this last angle here should be 54 degrees. So let's just check it with my protractor. And again, it doesn't matter if you're slightly out. Let's have a look. So if I pop that on there, now I'm going to be using this 0 and going across, and you can see it's just about, I think I'm slightly, there we go. It's just about, it's actually probably 55 degrees mine is, so I haven't been quite accurate, but I would still get in the exam because it's only 1 degree out, so it should be, if we're using this one, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, that would be absolutely fine. You get a little bit of leeway in your exam, but you still need to be labelling it with the one that you actually want, which was 54 degrees, and that was for football. And that is your constructed pie chart.